Hello, let us start our discussion on the next part of our nonlinear system series, that is the construction of the phase plane trajectory using isocline method. In the last lecture, we had seen the construction by using analytical methods where we had formed a relation between x1 and x2 and we had tried to plot the curves, plot the phase plane trajectory. Okay, now we will go and see how to construct it using graphical methods. So we see here the isocline method. Here we will also see the delta method. There are other methods also, but we will be discussing these two methods here. Okay, so for that, initially we will consider to the general form of the equation, some equation, that is x1 dot is equal to f1 of x1 comma x2, and x2 dot is equal to f2 of x1 comma x2. So before going into the construction, we will see what this isocline is meant by. Okay, so I will, this is x1 and x2 are the phase variables, so I will here write it here, x1 and x2 are the phase variable. So at any point on the phase plane we can have the slopes of the trajectory. Okay, so suppose I have a trajectory here moving from the initial point, it is going to the equilibrium point. At any point on this phase plane, on this trajectory also, I can draw slopes which take it to the equilibrium. Okay, so these slopes direct it to the equilibrium point. This is in fact for a underdamped system. So if you look at these figures also, it is clear that these are the slopes for an underdamped system, which is drawn throughout the phase plane. Okay, at every we have taken any different values of x1 and x2. So at this value of x1 and this value of x2, this is the slope. At this value of x1 and this value of x2, this is the slope for this system. This is drawn for some value of zeta and some value of omega n. Similarly, if you look at this system, we can draw the slopes of the system throughout the phase plane for different values of x1 and x2. Okay, so that is clear to us, like we can draw the slopes for at every point on the phase plane. Okay, now we will see what is an isocline. Okay, so for that we will consider this system. We will consider this system for an undamped system and see what is it. So let me consider different values of x1 and x2 and the slopes for that value of s1 and s2, and also the theta is equal to tan inverse of the slope, right? Okay, let me consider some points, 0.5 and 0.5. At x1 equal to 0.5 and x2 is equal to 0.5, these are the points, right? What is the slope for this system? We have the state equations like this. So the slope can be written as S is equal to, okay, I didn't write the slope. Slope is equal to dx2 by dx1. That is a variation of phase variable x2 with respect to phase variable x1 will give the slope at every point in space for the system. So this can be written as f2 of x1 comma x2 by f1 of x1 comma x2. Okay, fine. So now for this system, what is S? S is equal to minus x1 by x2. Okay, for the second system which is drawn here, it is nothing but x2 dot divided by x1 dot. This is f2 of x1 comma x2. This is f1 of x1 comma x2. So you can also note here that the denominator will always be x2 for these kinds of systems. Okay, anyway, so we are seeing this system. So x1 is equal to 0.5, x2 is equal to 0.5. So what is S? Here S is equal to minus 1. So what will be theta? Tan inverse of minus 1 is equal to minus 45 degrees. Okay. So I will try to draw the slope for that. So what is the slope? Slope at this point is 0.5, 0.5. It is said at 0.5 and 0.5, anyway it is not drawn here. So I can draw a slope with an angle minus 45 degrees. Okay, angle minus 45 degrees is something like this. How will you draw angle minus 45 degrees? So if you consider this as a horizontal line, if I draw the slope, if it is minus 45 degrees, that means it has to go anti-clockwise direction. Okay, this shows minus 45 degrees. If I take in the clockwise direction, it is plus 45. Plus 45 plus theta. If it is in the negative direction, it is minus theta. Okay, so I have drawn it in the negative direction. So if I take another point 1 1 in the space 1 1, it is again minus 1. Okay, then also it is minus 45 degrees. I'll take another point 1.5 1.5, again it is minus 1 minus 45 degrees. So again I have taken some other point 2 2 minus 1. So I can get infinite number of points with the same slope, right? Infinite number of values for x1 and x2 having the same slope. So if I try to draw all these values here, for here it is this with the same slope. Okay, these two are with the same slope. This is at this 1.5 1.5 also we have drawn it like this, something like this. Here also something like this. Okay, so at these points they are with the same slope, right? Okay, it is at a slope of minus 45 degrees. Okay, my 45 degree is not correct. That is why it is not like it is coming a little bit different from these slopes. It is actually 45 degrees, which is somewhat related to these lines. Okay, anyway, similarly, I can draw the slopes in the other side also. So, in fact, if I try to mark all these points where I have got these 45 degrees slope or slope equal to minus 1 and try to join these points, I'll definitely get a line here. Okay, there is a straight line equation. That means the slope is in fact a straight line equation relation between x1 and x2. So this is the point, this is the line. I will write here s is equal to minus 1. This is the line which joins the points on the face plane which are having the same slope, so we can note the point here as same slope, right? That is same slope. Okay, this is what it means by isocline. Isos means same. That means it is a locus of the points on the face plane having the same slope. So we can get, if you look closely at this figure, we can see that there are other curves also, other points also which have the same slope. See, if you look at this line, this point, this, somewhere here and here, everything are having the same slope. So I can join these points also. I will get another line like this. Right, I got another line. So I can join here. See, if you look at this point, this point, this point, this point, and this point here, if there is a line here, everything has the same slope. So I can join these points here. See, I can join this and this is a straight line. Similarly, if you look at this figure, here also I have points with the same slope. See, this point, this point, this point, and this point, they are moving with the same slope, right? If I start at this point, that means I have to move this slope. If I start at this point, I have to move like this based upon this equation. You are supposed to move in this direction. That is what it is saying. Okay, so these points have the same slope and these are called the isoclines for the system. Okay, so for any system we can draw as many isoclines as required. Okay, it doesn't mean that all the isoclines are straight lines here. Here we got a straight line because we have got a linear relation between x1 and x2 with respect to s. That is why we got a straight line here. Will be dealing with nonlinear systems also, so we may not get usually a straight line. So we have to find out the values, we have to mark all these points and try to join those points. It can be a curve also. Okay, so this is what is meant by an isocline. Now what we have to do is we have to go and see how, given an isocline, how will you draw this trajectory. Okay, given a set of isoclines for a system, how will you draw a trajectory? So we know that throughout given any system, we can find out all these slopes and joining the slopes with the same joining the points with the same slope, we can draw isoclines for any system. Okay, in that case, given isoclines, how will you plot the trajectory? given isocline plus an initial condition. Okay, so we will see that in the next slide. So here I have plotted, this is plotted in fact in MATLAB. This is the phase portraits along with the isoclines here. The isoclines have been drawn along with the phase portraits, and this is the phase, this is the x1, x2 plane where only the isoclines have been plotted. Okay, so now we will see, given to some isoclines, how is it possible to draw the how is it possible to construct the phase plane trajectory. So let us see how to do that. Okay, so the idea here is, suppose I am having some isoclines here, so I'm going to draw some isoclines. I'm going to take a general case which is not linear curve. Okay, so that is why I'm going to take general curves here. This is one isocline, this is another isocline, this is another isocline here. Okay, I have drawn three isoclines here. Okay, three isoclines here. Okay, these are the three isoclines, which is these are the points with the same slope. So the green line, let the slope of the green line be S1. Let the slopes of the points of the gray line be S2. Pink line, let it be S3. Okay, so tan inverse of S1, let it be theta 1. Tan inverse of S1, theta 1 is equal to tan inverse of S1. Similarly, theta 2, let it be tan inverse of S2. Similarly, theta 3, let it be tan inverse of S3. These are the three angles. Okay, now suppose I am starting from some point in space here. Okay, my phase trajectory is somewhere at point 1. I am starting from some point 1. Okay, what does it mean? My trajectory is at point 1 on isocline S1. What does it mean? It means that the phase trajectory passing through the point 1 should leave the isocline S1 at an angle theta 1. Okay, suppose I am at some point 2 at isocline S2, it means that it has to leave the isocline S2 at an angle theta 2. Okay, that means a phase trajectory which is leaving S1 at an angle theta 1 will approach S2 at an angle theta 2. That means it is leaving S1 at an angle theta 1, but when it comes to S2, it will be approaching it at an angle theta 2 and leaving S2 at an angle theta 2. And vice versa for all the other isoclines. It should be like that. Okay, that means I can draw a line leaving from the point 1 at an angle theta 1 from this line. Okay, so I'll try to draw that line something like this. Okay, something like this. So here I am trying to draw an angle. It is leaving it at an angle theta 1. Okay, it is leaving this point at an angle theta 1. It is leaving this point at an angle theta 1. Okay, similarly at an angle theta 1. Okay, so I want to, like, I will draw a little bit to the other side so that I can get a better curve. So it is leaving at an angle theta 1, let it be something like this. This is theta 1. Okay, let this be theta 1. So it is leaving at an angle theta 1. What I have to do is, I have to draw a line starting from point 1 and leaving point 1 at an angle theta 1 and let it come and meet the isocline S2 at some point A. Some point A. Okay, so it reaches this point A at an angle theta 1. The next thing that we have to do is, here this a trajectory leaving from 1, it has to hit here at angle theta 2, but I don't know how it reaches there. So what we do is, we will also draw another line leaving 1 at an angle theta 2. we will also draw another line leaving the initial point 1 at an angle theta 2. So here I will draw another line leaving angle point. So I will take theta 2 from 0 here. This is theta 2. Then I will leave point 1 at an angle theta 2. So I have reached this point as B. Okay, so here what does this green line say? Green line has left point 1 at an angle theta 1, and the gray line says that it has left the point 1 at an angle theta 2. So so that means that our trajectory is somewhere between these two. It leaves here at theta 1, but it comes here near to theta 2. Okay, so that means it is somewhere midway between these two. So our next point would be somewhere here. So in the midway of A and B, what we have to do is you have to find the midpoint of A and B and then mark it here. So our next point would be, the next point of our trajectory would be this point. Okay, now we have reached 2. So this is our trajectory. The trajectory is almost leaving this point here at theta 1, and when it reaches here it is trying to when it is leaving at theta 1, and when it reaches here it is trying to leave this point 2 at angle theta 2. So that is the idea of taking these two lines here. Okay, now from 2 what we have to do, the same procedure we have to do. So we will do it once again for clarity. From 2 what we have to do, again we have to from point 2 the trajectory will leave point 2 at an angle theta 2. So I am going to draw a line parallel to this line which touches the curve S3. So I am going to draw a point line parallel to this line which joins this at here. So I have drawn from point 2. Here I have reached here, and here I have reached point A1 here. Okay, now again, so this is an angle theta 2, theta 2. Now next, it leaves at theta 2 here, and when it reaches S3, it becomes approximately equal to, it becomes equal to theta 3. It has to leave S3 at angle theta 3. So again from this here, I have to draw another angle from here. Let theta 3 be something greater than theta 2, something like this. So I will have to leave point S2 at an angle theta 3. Okay, so this is angle theta 3. I have drawn the arrow bigger, but I didn't, something like this. So I have to draw something like this. Okay, so I have theta 3 here. I have reached point B1, right? Actually, the colors which I had chosen was not good. It's not very clear here. Okay, anyway, so this is our first point. This is our first point. This is our second point. Now, where will be our third point? Our third point will be midway between A1 and B1. So, our third point would be midway between A1 and B1. So, it is somewhere here. So, our trajectory would be, it leaves 1, comes to point 2, and then it comes here, right? So, if you look, so it comes to point 2, leaves point 2 at an angle theta 2, and when it comes to point 3, it is trying to reach and leave it at an angle theta 3. Okay, see, if you look here, we can see that this line is approximately in parallel with this violet line. And if you look at this point, this line, the tangent at this point is almost parallel with the gray line. Here, if you look, the tangent at this point is almost parallel with the green line. So it is very clear that it is leaving at each trajectory with the same slope. So this is how we have to plot. So if we have a number of isoclines here, so we have to follow the isoclines, and it will take us to where we want to go. Okay, this is the idea of plotting the trajectory using an isocline method. Okay, using the graphical method. Here we want all these protractors and angle measuring things, so that and scales also to measure the midpoint midway between AB and A1 and B1 and so on. Okay, so now we will go and do a simple problem here, which is given here. Okay, so here we will start from drawing the isocline and then we will draw the trajectory. Okay, so I have taken the symbol problem with x double dot plus x equal to 0. So in fact, this is a system which we know, which is an undamped system. We should get something like a circular line, right? Okay, circular line. Okay, so what we are going to do is we will try to draw some isoclines first. Okay, so in order to draw the isoclines first, we have to find out the relation between x1 and x2 and the isocline also. So S is equal to dx2 by dx1, that is minus x1 by x2. Okay, that means we have minus x2 is equal to minus x1 by s. Also, we have here the relation that x1 is equal to minus s times x2, which shows that it is a straight line equation. Okay, between s1 and x2. Okay, so now we will try to draw some isoclines for the system, and then we will try to plot the trajectory. We will choose the initial point after some time. So okay, so now we will see I have already created a little bit of the table, but I have not created some values here. So that let us take the initial point here. I have chosen some values for the slopes. So for the idea here is we are going to try to draw lines here because it is a line. I'm saying it as a line here. We are going to draw lines for the system with different values of slopes. Okay, for different values of slopes. So we are going to draw isoclines with s is equal to minus 2, s is equal to minus 5, s is equal to 0, s is equal to 0.5, s is equal to 2. I have also taken s is equal to infinity just to show that the angle is 90 degree. Okay, we'll see that. Okay. Now for what is theta also, I have written tan inverse of minus 2 and tan inverse of minus 0.5. All these values have been written here. Okay. Now, first we have to choose the value of s. Then we choose some value of x1 and then find out x2. From given x1, we have to find out x2. And here what we have to understand here is, here this is a straight line equation. We require only 2 points to draw a line. So that is why I have chosen only 2 points here. In case if it is a curve, we can go for more than 2 points to draw that curve. Okay, we can also take more than 2 points to draw that curve, or if you have some relation, we can also plot that curves for the isocline. Okay, so now I require only 2 points since it is a line. So I have taken two different values of x1, 1 and 2. So when x1 is equal to 1 and s is equal to minus 2, what will be x2? X1 is equal to, this is a arbitrary point. I can choose x1 is equal to 5, x1 is equal to 1, anything I can choose. It's not necessary that it should be 1 and 2. So I've just arbitrarily chosen 2 points, x1, 1 and 2, and I'm trying to find out the values of x2 so that I can draw a line joining these 2 points. So when x1 is equal to 1, x1 is equal to 1 and x2 is equal to minus 2, what is the value of x2? X2 is equal to minus 0.5, right? When x1 is equal to 1 and s is equal to minus 2, the value is 1 by 2, right? 1 by 2 is 0.5. So here this value is 0.5. Get here as 0.5. Now, when x1 is equal to 2 and s is equal to minus 2, minus 2 by minus 2 is equal to minus x1 is equal to 2 and x2 is equal to minus 2 by 2 is equal to minus 1, right? 2 by minus 2 by 2, right? Right, it is equal to 1. Okay, fine. So that means I got this point. Similarly, for s is equal to minus 0.5, for x1 is equal to 1, what will be it? 1 by minus 0.5, the value is 2. Similarly, minus 1.5 by minus 0.5, the value is 3. So what about this case? This case, I have not written anything. Can you tell what it would be? When s is equal to 0, when s is equal to 0, can you see for any value of, even if we give any value of x2, the value of x1 would be 0. Right? The value of x1 would be 0. That means this, it is this line, right? It is a y-axis. It is a x2 axis, right? It is a x2 axis. See, in this case, it is not necessary that you have to draw all these. You have to think about these things. You can take x2 is equal to 0.1 and calculate also. Okay. So if you put s is equal to 0 here and try to find out x2, it will be going to minus infinity and you will be confused. That is why it has to be got from this. So it has to be got from this. It is x1 is equal to minus 0 times x2. x2 is equal to, for whatever value of x2 we choose, x1 will be equal to 0. That means it is this line. It is a x2 axis. Now, for another point here is when x1 is equal to 1, 1.5, s is equal to 0.5, we got these values for x2. Now, for another value 1 and 1.5, we got these values of x2. Similarly, I have also taken another point here, s is equal to infinity. We had seen this in the previous in the previous lecture, I think. When the slope is infinity, that means which line would it be? Then what does it mean by slope equal to infinity? Slope infinity means x2 equal to 0, right? Slope infinity means s is equal to x2 equal to 0. x2 equal to 0 means which line? It would be this line, right? It would be the x1 axis, right? So that is why I have written this also, just for showing you that. Okay, this is the x1 axis. Okay, it is the x1 axis. So we had seen previously that the trajectory crosses, all the trajectories cross the x1 axis at an angle of 90 degree, at right angles to the system at 90 degrees. So that's why I have written here. Okay, so that's it. Okay, now we will go and try to plot the slopes first. Okay, we will plot the slopes here, and we will try to find out the 2 points here. We will mark the 2 points, 1 and 0.5. 1 and 0.5 here is 1 here, and this is 0.5 somewhere here. It is 0.5. So I marked 1 point here, 1 and 0.5. 2 and 1. 2 and 1. This is 2 and 1. This I got another point. So I got 2 points here. It is enough to draw a straight line. So I will draw a straight line with these 2 points here. So I will take this and I will try to draw the straight line here. Okay, it didn't come perfectly well. It does something like this, which joins these 2 lines and goes like this. Okay, here also some mistake is, okay, this much would be enough for the system. So I have drawn a straight line. Okay, straight line with this curve. Then another, this is s is equal to minus 2. S is equal to minus 2. The next one is equal to s is equal to minus 5. S is equal to minus 5 means 1, 2 and 1.53. 1 and 2, 1, 2 and 1.5 and 3. 1.5 and 3 will be somewhere here, right? 1.5 and 3 would be somewhere here. Okay, so I got another line here which joins this. Okay, sorry. Okay, this joins these 2 points here. Okay, this is another line. And s is equal to 0 line I have, this is the other line. Now, similarly, I can draw the other 2 lines also. These 2 lines also, after drawing these 2 lines also, we are done. Okay, so the other 2 points I have here is, this is the other 2 points. This is the next point. 1, minus 2, 1 and minus 2, 1 point here I got. 1.5 and minus 3, 1.5 and minus 3, this is another point here, 1.5 and minus 3. So this is another line here. I can draw this together. I don't know whether it will come out as a straight line. Okay. Indeed. Okay. This is something which has to come out as a straight line. I'll try to make it as a straight line. Okay, it came out as a straight line, and then I have to extend it. Okay, somewhat. Okay, fine. Then the next line is 1 minus zero point 0.5, 1 minus zero point 0.5, and the next point is 1.5 minus 0.75. 1.5 and minus 0.75 is somewhere here. Okay, somewhere here. So this also, it's a straight line. And to join these lines somewhere here will come out well. Okay. It is not passing through that point. I assume that it is a straight line here. Okay. Okay, this is that line. This didn't come out the way I wanted it. Okay, it is coming like this. Okay. So when you draw it in your graph with scale and pencil, it would be fine. So now I have drawn all these isoclines here. S is equal to minus 2 here. This is S is equal to minus zero point 0.5 here. This is S is equal to 0 here. This is S is equal to infinity here. This line is S is equal to infinity. This blue line is S is equal to infinity. This line is S is equal to 2. This line is S is equal to zero point 0.5, like that. Okay, so I'm having a lot of isoclines here. Okay, now we will try to draw the trajectory. So your initial point, let it be given as 2. 2 comma 0. So you are given an initial point. Let us start from, you are asked to start from the initial point 2 comma 0 and start proceeding from that point. Okay, so your initial point is somewhere here. Okay, you have started from here. So what is the idea here? Now you have to leave this point at an angle of 90 degree. Okay, you have to leave this point at an angle of 90 degrees. So you are going at angle of 90 degree from this point. So you will leave at when I leave blue line, I will leave at color blue. So I will leave at point 90 degree from this line. So here I will leave at 90 degree. I have to come, I will reach this point. I have reached this point. Okay, then I have to draw another line leaving at S is equal to 2, means I have to leave at 63.43 at a degree of, at an angle of 63.43 degrees. Okay, that means I have to take 63.43 at an angle. I have to leave it at an angle of 63.43. Okay, from here I have to take 63.43. So this is somewhere 45, which should be somewhere here. Okay, it should be somewhere here, this line. Okay, so that means I have to project this line, and I have to project this line, I should meet somewhere here. Okay, that means my next point would be somewhere midway between these 2 points. Okay, so I would be somewhere here. Okay, so I would be somewhere here. So my next point would be somewhere here, the midway between these 2 points. I got this point. I know it has to take a circular path. Okay, so now I am at point 2. I was at point 1, now I am at point 2. So now what is the next step? From here, from point 2, I have to, at point 2, I have to leave point 2 at an angle of 63.43 degree. Okay, so 63.43 degrees from here, it is a line which is parallel to this line. Okay, so I have to draw a line which is parallel to this line. So from this point, I will draw a line parallel to this line so that it touches. So it's not a line which is parallel. I'm not drawing something parallel to that line. So it is something like this. Okay. Okay, it is something like this. And S is equal to 0.5 means it is leaving at an angle at 26.56 degrees. Okay, it is leaving at an angle of 26.56 degrees means it is somewhere here. The next line, this is at 26.56 degrees. So from here, I should take some 26.56 degrees less than minus 45 also. So I should be somewhere here, very near to this point. Okay, roll it This is some 26.56 degrees. So this angle is 26.56 degrees. This angle is 63.543 degrees. So this angle is 63.43 degrees. This angle is 90 degrees. All these things are there. So now where will be my trajectory? It is somewhere midway between these 2 points. Okay, so somewhere here. Okay, I am somewhere here. So I am trying to follow a circular path. Okay, so now I am somewhere here. I have to leave this at an angle of minus 26.56 degrees. So this I will leave at 26.56 degrees somewhere here, which is actually I have to go through 2 because of my lines. I didn't come properly to that line, so I will act in such a way. It is something like this. Okay, something like this, and it has to be, this line has to be actually parallel to this line, because I want my trajectory to go through this point. I'm drawing it a little bit like this. Okay, so okay, I will draw this line also a little bit differently. This line. Okay, little bit. Okay, this line a little bit to the left side so that I can, my lines will look similar, something like this. Okay, 26.6 is a very small line. Okay, so something like this. So now what I have to do is I have to draw a line from point 3. This is point 3. Point 3 at an angle of, what is the angle of this? 0 degrees. Okay, 0 degrees is a line. Okay, so I have to go from point 3 at an angle of 0 degrees. Okay, 0 degrees means this line. Okay, I will have to draw it with blue line. It has to go at 0 degrees. Okay, it is 0 degrees means a straight line. Okay, okay, so my next point is somewhere here, midway between these 2 points. I am somewhere here. Okay, my, what will be my next? Similarly, I can get all these points here. I will get the other point, I will get another point here, I will get the other point here, another point here, another point here, another point here, here. When I reach here, what happens? It leaves this line at an angle 0 degrees. So I will draw this line at an angle 0 degrees. It will leave. Okay, it leaves here and touches this point. Okay, now from here it has to leave this blue line at an angle 0 degrees, sorry, at a slope of 0, but it has to reach the violet line at a slope of minus 0.5. Minus 0.5 means, minus 26.56. Minus 26.56 means, so I have to take from here in the anti-clockwise direction minus 26.56 and then draw this line. Okay, minus 26.56. So I have drawn the blue line with 0 degrees and the violet line with minus 26.56 degrees, and it has reached another point here. So where should I go through? I should go through the midway between these 2 points. So my next point would be somewhere here. Okay, so similarly I should go back again for go forward. With here I have to leave parallel to this line, so something like this. This line I should move parallel, because I have to move at minus 26 degrees, minus 26.56 degrees, which will definitely be parallel to this line. So I have reached this point, and then the next line would be, this line is s is equal to minus 2, that is minus 63.43. Minus 63.43 means I have to move from this point at minus 63.43. It is something like this. Okay, so I should get somewhere midway between these 2 points. Okay, I have got all the points for my trajectory here. Okay, if I get all the points of my trajectory, only thing I have to start from the initial point and then start plotting the curve. Okay, I should start plotting the curve. I should get a circle. Definitely, I got a circle. Okay, I got a circle here. I have plotted this for the system. Okay, this is how you draw the phase plane trajectory for this kind of a system. It's quite simple. Only thing is that you have to uh, take the angles correctly and draw the uh, isoclines properly. Okay, that's it. Okay, so this is for an undamped system. So now you can try out this problem. So I have given you on the same problem, one problem here, to sketch the phase plane trajectory for an undamped, sorry, for an underdamped system here. Actually, I have written here undamped here. It is actually underdamped. For an underdamped system, for an underdamped, for an underdamped system, with omega n is equal to 1 and zeta is equal to 0.15. So you have to find out the relation and take initial conditions as 2 comma 0. You have to find out, first you have to draw the isoclines in the same pattern as this and then start plotting it. You will not go and reach 0. Only thing you what you have to show is your trajectory is curving inside. It's not going circular. You have to show that it is damping. Once it starts damping, if you start from one isocline and then reach near it, then that would be sufficient to show. Otherwise, you cannot go round and go and show that it is equal to 0. You only need to show starting from here and reaching some other point, showing that the pattern of the curve is enough. Okay, showing the pattern of the curve is enough. So this is the work that you have to do. That is, you have to sketch for the phase plane trajectory for the underdamped, for an underdamped linear second order system. So you know the equation with omega n is equal to 1 and zeta is equal to 0.15. Okay, so we'll stop here now because now we have only drawn the linear systems. So in the next lecture, I will show you how to draw it for this. So I will consider it as next lecture. Those who want to draw it separately can try drawing this figure also. Anyway, I will show it in the next lecture how we can draw the phase plane trajectory using isocline method for a nonlinear when the equations become nonlinear for the system. This is in fact a relay with some dead zone here. Okay. Okay. So we'll see this in the next lecture. Okay. Thank you.